Alex Ovechkin continuing his pursuit of Wayne Gretzky here north of the border. And against the Oilers, the team that, maybe 99 had a few goals for. So it's going to be a fun way to kick it off. Everywhere we go in Canada, that's all anybody wants to talk about. Really, any city we go to at this point, there's going to be somebody that asks about it. But the record that he has set here in the last week since we had the show last was scoring against his 179th goalie in Ottawa last week.
Outrageous.
That's a small town. I mean, that's more goals. That's more goalies than anybody else on this team has goals. Essentially, so that's madness.
It is. I mean, it's funny. There are so many kind of secondary and ancillary records, and he sets them all the time, and they come across your Twitter feed, and you go, "Okay, that's pretty cool." But that one like smacked me in the face because I was just like, "Wait a minute." In NHL history, he has scored on more goalies than anyone else. That is not only being a prolific goal scorer, that just speaks to how long you've been in the NHL. I mean, it takes 2 decades. You look at the guys who were around him in that category; they all played like 20 years. So that just really speaks to his consistency and longevity. I kind of felt bad for some of the guys at the top of the list, like Marc-Andre Fleury and Henrik Lundqvist. No, actually, I didn't feel bad for those guys, but it was kind of funny seeing their names. A lot of Atlanta Thrashers on there, Kari Lehtinen and Andrei Pavlik. There were a lot of guys on there that were. That's kind of brought me way back and made me think, oh yeah, I remember Kari Lehtinen, because whenever he'd make a good save on Ovi, he'd also kind of have that really cocky kind of like glove, and he would kind of flick it out after the stoppage.
Yes.
He was a good player. He was a good player.
Pascal Leclerc was the first guy on that list. I guess he's the mayor of Ovi Goalieville because he was the guy that started it all the way back in 2005. And yeah, that's a lot of goalies.
And you're right. I mean, you look at all of Ovi's teammates. They don't have that many goals. I mean, no single player has that many goals. I think if I remember correctly, Tom Wilson's like at 165 and like John Carlson's like 155. And Ovi has scored on more goalies than they have goals. And those are all-star players. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah, that really is insane. And that we'll see if he doesn't tack on a few more here on this road trip. He's certainly
Love playing in
not
Canada.